It's not Saturday. It's not even the weekend. That's right. It's the greatest day. It's match day. And Mansfield Town supporters, after 540 days since the Sky Bet League 2 fixture with fans at the One Call Stadium, return. Why on earth am I here on a Saturday afternoon? Or even a Saturday morning? I'm that excited, I don't even know what time it is. I'll tell you for why. Because I'm just so excited for the Stags to be back today. For fans to be back. For the good times to be back. 3 p.m. this afternoon, when the referee puts the whistle to the lips and starts the new season, will be a magical moment indeed. It's the day we've all been waiting for. The journey is about to start again. It's 10:30 on Saturday, the 7th of August 2021, a date which will go down long in the memory as the one where Mansfield Town fans at last can return to the One Call Stadium to watch their boys in action again. No more sofas, no more iFollow, just watching the games like it used to be. Why am I here on a Saturday morning on my own? No Cam, no Nathan. I'll tell you for why. It's because I'm anxiously excited about the return of football this afternoon. I hope you guys are too. I'm sure you've been looking forward to it for a very long time indeed. Last season wasn't the greatest on the pitch for the Stags, and it wasn't the greatest off the pitch either, really, was it? If we're being honest, hand on heart, we followed it. Of course we followed it and tried to support the boys in the best way that we could. But today, being able to go there, being able to be in the stands is something a little bit different. I personally cannot wait to get to the One Call Stadium this afternoon. Yes, I've been to pretty much all of the pre-season games. The only one that I missed was the Buxton game. Didn't manage to get to that one in the end. But whilst it was great to get back and to see the boys in action, nothing will ever beat live competitive football. And I'm really looking forward to it this afternoon, just to see what Nigel Clough has been working on, just to sample in the atmosphere as well. You know, football for so many people is really such a big thing. It brings everybody together, and I know that for a lot of people today as well, you know, that this is the first time that they'll have been since the pandemic, really, because a lot of people perhaps don't go to pre-season for one reason or another. Maybe it's, you know, they can't afford it or whatever, or they just, you know, they just follow the season or whatever, if they've been in self-isolation, whatever. There are a number of reasons which don't really matter. What matters is the fact that we're able to get back this afternoon and competitive football is back. There are quite a few of you watching on the live feed, so if you are, it's just me on my own this morning. I'm going to be here for about 10 minutes or so, just for a little chat, but please do get involved. Let me know what you're looking forward to the most. Are you looking forward to seeing a particular person, to seeing a group of mates, to going with your kids, that sort of thing? Let me know what you're looking forward to in the comments right now, and I'll read a few of them out as well. If you want to get involved with our new feature on the podcast this season as well, our podcast predictions game, we're doing that all throughout this season. The link is in the description to get involved with that. You've got until 12 noon to get involved and see if you can take me and Nathan and the rest of the Mansfield Matters panel on in our predictions this season. Well, where do we start then? This season, it's going to be a magical one for a number of reasons. I genuinely think when the pandemic first hit, all those months ago, it seems like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it, that we thought it would pass, you know, within a few weeks, that it would just be a thing which was around for a couple of weeks and sort of had a little bit of an impact on life, but not as big as it has. And for football especially, it took a massive, massive impact. And this is why you guys on a match day will have been used to seeing us on Mansfield Matters. You'll have been used to seeing the live shows pop up. The Facebook Live warm-up which we did, the post-match reaction show, which I'm going to miss today, if I'm honest. I think that's half another reason why I've sort of come on this morning to interact with you guys a little bit more and sort of try and keep that going a little bit. It won't be a regular thing, it'll be impromptu, of course, but we genuinely missed that. And when I was at the Coventry game, the pre-season friendly, it was interesting to sort of see. I didn't think it'd affect me as much as it did. I think it'll affect me a lot more today because it's competitive action. It's going to be much fuller. What we're going to have over 6,000, maybe even more than that there this afternoon. It's going to be great. But to walk up Quarry Lane, to see all fans mingling with each other, those friendships which they've not had for ages, having a chat on the corner, having a pint in Sandy's, having a laugh, having a giggle, having a good old catch up. The community element of being able to go to a football match is so much as important, or even sometimes more important than the actual result sometimes, because you meet new people, you meet new friends, you develop relationships, and honestly that is so important, and we really did miss that last season. And I think that'll be really important today to get that back. What I missed is, the things that you forget about going to watch football around crowds. You miss those silly little chants from people behind you. The random little things like, get in there, chase it, win that header. All the little different things which you hear from people in and around you. You sort of forget that when you sat on the sofa. I genuinely, and this is not a dig at those who do, but I genuinely can't understand or get my head round why people support the bigger clubs and mainly only manage to get to 2 or 3 games a season, but then pay the TV subscriptions and watch them online. I don't get it. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel real. I don't know. I just can't put my finger on it. Another thing for me today will be interesting to remember those chants. Remember all about the singing. Remember those those little songs, those little melodies, those little chants for players. And of course, for this season's squad, there probably aren't any. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time we saw Mansfield Town in competitive Sky Bet League 2 action in person, Northampton away and of course Newport at home back in February, those 540 days ago, there was only one person in terms of senior players that is still within our squad in Kel Gordon. The others, of course, Jimmy Knowles, Tyree Sinclair and Jason Law were around, but they were only milling around the youth team. So all of those chants, which we used to have all gone. The CJ Hamilton one about running down the wing, being as fast as lightning, gone. Danny Rose, gone. Shouting Chief every time Christian Pearce wins a towering header or gets stuck into a tackle, gone. We've got to get this creativity now and try and come up with new ones, and it'll be really interesting to see how they develop over the coming weeks. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of those different ones and sort of seeing how they come about and what people come up with, because people's creativity is absolutely fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to that and getting to learn those new songs and those moments. That's Harry's ball being thrown at the door. Thanks for that. Harry will be barking a little bit as well. I'm sure he'll be cheering the boys on. I guess it's one of those things, isn't it, where you forget sometimes how important going to football is and how much of a day it is. It's not just the 90 minutes of a game, it's the whole thing, getting up in the morning, maybe going for breakfast in a pub, or especially those long away trips, getting up at 5-6 to get up, having breakfast at a service station. Really looking forward to seeing that come together. But all of that talk aside, it's obviously a new season's eve. I was just about to look at the fixture list and then it fell off and has fallen down the back of my chair. I hate it when that happens, and I've now got to find it. And yes, I picked up the wrong bit of paper and another wrong bit of paper. Can I get it the third time round? Yes, I can. There we go. And I've got the colour one. Ha! There we go. If you want one of these, by the way, a Mansfield Matters fixture list, I will put them on our website, mtfcmatters.co.uk, so you can download it, print it out, put it on your wall, whatever you want to do with it. But it's so good to be able to look at one of these, to be able to look at a fixture list and go, I can't wait to go to all of these games. I can't wait to tick these grounds off. How, good is that going to be? It's going to be great. It's just going to be really, really fun. For me, I don't know. I think all the talk about COVID and not being able to go. I think that's sort of reached its peak now. Obviously, there'll be quite a lot of that emotion this afternoon, which will be raw and will be interesting to see how it develops. But it's all about being able to follow the journey again now, because we've got to the start of the season. Pre-season is out of the way. We've brought all of the new players in. And we've got to this point now where we're all ready to follow this journey. And it's at this time of year where it's before the first game, the first match day, where every single football fan up and down the land, no matter who you support, has got the same dream, the same ambition, and that is to win promotion. Are Mansfield Town capable of winning promotion this year? I'd say so. I still think that we're a defender short. Like we sort of said in the podcast in the week, we're definitely a defender short. But we've got one of the best midfields, if not the best midfield in Sky Bet League 2, and a really good strike force to boot as well. So if they can get playing the Nigel Clough way, ball on the floor, playing it out from the back, good fluid football through that midfield, I think we'll be in for some good football this season. Really, really looking forward to that. And I guess another thing as well will be how the season develops. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and I think it's really, really important to harness that and remember what it feels like, because last season, I think it's fair to say, there are, of course, we were well backed on iFollow when we were watched by quite a fair few, but especially when Nigel Clough first came in. But when you have those bad runs of form, when you aren't winning games, when you're drawing or conceding last minute goals and you're losing games and it's frustrating you, when you're watching it on the telly, it's very easy just to get the remote and just go, see you later, I'm going to switch you off. I've actually just turned my telly on in my office, I didn't mean to do that. And just to turn it off and just to forget about it. But whereas when you're in the game, you're invested in it, you've got that atmosphere around it, you make the difference. That noise makes the difference, and that's really, really important for me. And I think if we can get a good run together, a good bit of form early doors in this early season, I think we'll be well backed this season. And I think what helps is having all those home games early doors. 3 back-to-back home games because the Newport game got reversed. Today against Bristol Rovers, obviously in midweek in the Cup against Preston North End, and then on Saturday against Newport County, all at home. Let's create a good atmosphere. Let's make the One Call Stadium a horrible place for supporters to come because they're outsung by the Mansfield fans. And let's, as a team, make it a horrible place to come because we play you off the park. The pitch is looking in immaculate condition. Mez and his team have done an absolutely superb job there. Big credit to them. A massive well done to them. Needs to be said as well. Let's go through some of your comments. Got quite a few of them coming in. They hadn't come through on my phone, but they have come through on the broadcast screen, which I've got up now. Rob Jones says, come on you Stags, mighty yellows. Jamie, come on you Stags. Ricky says, I've got goosebumps already. Callum says, what a perfect first game. We'll be there very early to feel the atmosphere building. Enjoy it, everyone. We all deserve a mighty Stags win. Jamie says, just looking forward to hearing the fans singing. How we've missed that, Jamie. That's something which you forget about, don't you? That first roar of yellows. We had it a little bit in pre-season when there was a couple of fans sort of congregated, at Matlock behind the goal, but nothing will ever beat the competitiveness. Really does drive that on for me. When you've got a good phase of play, the applause starts going. That bellowing of yellows is really good as well. Looking forward to that. Can't wait to hear that cheer at 3 o'clock as the teams come out to on the ball. Peter says, great looking pitch, team looking ready, fans chomping at the bit. 18 months since I've seen live league action. What's not to get excited about? Come on, you Stags. John's gone for a 2-0 win for the Stags, and I'm going with the attendance of 6,500. Ant says the chairman is back and the fans are back. Sweet Caroline will be playing. We'll be jumping for joy. Johnson hat-trick, 3 points. What a good day. Callum says we have a fixture list to look at, to sit down and to choose the best games and what dates they're on. If there's one thing, if there's one on your birthday, if there's one on your birthday as well, that's great. 540 days football is back. Steve says Sweet Caroline should have a trademark on it. I've got to keep up with these now as new ones come in. And sure, some of the royalties surely to Mrs. Radford. Surely we started it. No hard feelings, but it's ours. And Mr. Diamonds, of course. Cam has bellowed yellows. Nathan says he can't bloody wait. Clive says I'm all giddy. Cam's gone 3-0. Cam DM us with the goal scorers so we can make sure that you get on the prediction league as well. It's going to be great. It really is going to be great this afternoon. Keep those comments coming in. I'll be here for another 5 minutes or so. Team-wise, we're looking in good shape. Obviously, Harry Charlesley out today. He's going to be missing. He's got an injury. Other than that, we're relatively all right, I think. I don't think we've got any other injuries. What would I go with? What would be my team today? See, there's another thing. You think about that when you're watching it on the telly and, you're watching it at home, but, you don't get as excited about it because you're not seeing those players in action. We've got a whole brand new squad to look forward to seeing. I think the back four will pretty much be the same as it finished last season. I think it pretty much will be the same back four that finished last season, but after the last game of the season, of course, when we made a few changes. It'd be Kel Gordon, Faz Rawson, James Perch, and Stephen McLaughlin at the back. I think we'll probably go with the Diamonds today. I think if Maris is fit, he'll sit in there. It's one of those. I think he'll sit at the bottom of the Diamond with Clark and Quinn, and then Lapsley just in behind the front two of Johnson and Hawkins, of course. Really hope they hit the ground running and get a good partnership going. We've seen how effective a good partnership can be. So yeah, it'll be really, really good. It'll be really, really good to see that and to get a strong partnership going. I don't think we really had that last season. In fact, I don't think we've managed to get there last season. Really, I don't think Bowery and Reed really got a good partnership going. Bowery's an interesting one. Obviously, been on the fringes this pre-season. Apparently, Clough said he's had a bit of a knock, so he's not been involved as much. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I don't know. I just can't wait. As much as I'd love to sit here all morning and speak to you guys, I can't. I feel like I'm going to be in danger of repeating myself a little bit because I'm on my own and I'm just so excited. I can't wait. Football for me is one of those where it means something in your life, doesn't it? I've told my story a few times. Nathan's told his, Cam and everyone. Everybody has got a reason why they go to football. And do you know what? I think it's going to be one of those where today a journey starts for people again. There'll be new people coming to football for the very first time. People that maybe haven't been out or maybe haven't sampled an atmosphere like that and want to and do that for the first time. I think that's really good when people do that. For me, it started when I was a preteen, 11, 12 years old. Back 20, God, I think it actually will be 20 odd years ago now, yeah. When I first started going, when, Stuart Watkins' side won promotion to what is now League One. Christ, I've been going to watch this for 20 years. Wow, incredible. And I always remember the very first time that I went, I didn't understand a thing about football. What do you mean? I still don't. That's just rude. But I just got sucked in by this atmosphere, this buzz that was around the place, people laughing, people joking with each other. And honestly, there's something really, really powerful to be said about that. And I just wanted to go back week upon week. I think Kevin Pilkington, the goalkeeper, was quite busy that day, and I think I wanted to become him because he was like the hero. And I just loved it when everybody cheered and got involved and just rallied round. There was a common cause. There was no negativity. There was, are you ready for it? It's here. There was no toxicity. Everybody was just pulling together to follow this thing. And the more that I watched it, the more I understood it. Sadly for me, that season where I first started was pretty much the only one, other than a couple of years later when Keith Kill guided us to the playoffs, which was fun to watch, because after that it was downhill fast. But it's an interesting one. But I got the bug. I wanted to go back week in, week out. It didn't really matter whether we were winning or losing games. Because it just gave me a place to focus after a hard week at school growing up or whatever. It was that focus, that thing which took your mind off it, and hopefully it will be the same again for people today. As I've grew up, I've obviously got to do this in recent years, which was great, and then obviously the commentary stuff when we were in the conference. Everybody's got personal memories. I met my best friends through it, formed relationships through it. It's great. I've formed new friendships with other people in and around the ground. It's great. It brings you that confidence. It's absolutely fantastic to be able to harness that. And I hope today that people get that same feeling, that they get the same thing. They start on a journey. I think one thing which will be a little bit interesting today is the whole judgment thing. I think there'll be a lot of anxiety in the air today from maybe a smaller group of people than normal, because obviously we're coming back to football in a completely different world. I have views on the whole situation with the pandemic, but I'm not going to sit here and preach my views like people do on Twitter and stuff like that. That's not me. That's not what I'm about. That's not what this is about. But I just think today there will be people that will go to the game and will want to feel comfortable wearing a mask and will be a little bit distant and hesitant towards people. Just let that be, and just be respectful of that, because everybody's wanting to come back and go and enjoy the things that they love, and that thing that we all love doing. Every single person inside those home stands, inside that stadium, in fact even inside the away end as well, are all there for a common cause, and that common cause is to follow the dream. And that dream is trying to win promotion and trying to have something and trying to create those memories which live long in the memory, and hopefully that all starts today. So if people are a little bit hesitant, if people are wearing masks and sanitizing things, don't judge, just be grateful and thankful for the fact that we all are back together in one for one common cause, to follow the dream. The best time of a game for me, I was thinking about this earlier, is that glorious millisecond when the referee brings the whistle to his lips and blows it to signify the start of the game. Because in every single person in that ground, supporters, players, management, coaches, staff, there is one thing that unites us, and it's hope. Hope that we can go on and win the game. Hope that we can go on and do something successful. And to be able to have that back today, to be able to unite with that and not have to do that virtually through cameras, through Zoom, through iFollow, brilliant. Really is brilliant. Can't wait for it. Last few comments from you guys. Clive says I'm all giddy. Craig says Merry Christmas. Steve says congrats with the subtitles, better than all of them on the TV, top notch. They're auto generated and I don't know how to turn them off, to be honest. It's a lot easier when it's one person and it's not three of us, but there you go. Chris says bring it on. Clive says I'm pleased to see that you've switched your equipment on today, Craig. Yeah, thanks for that, Clive. Obviously, for those of you that watch the podcast in the week, I was very, very annoyed at myself because I've got this weird setup here. Well, it's not even a weird setup. I've got this whole studio thing. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show it you. I'm going to show you this little studio setup whilst we're here. Let me just take this off here. I'll probably be able to get it back on in a little bit. There we go. Let's have a little look at this. So there we go. You might be able to see it now. I've got all of this set up here with the mixing desks, the other computers, my broadcast suite as well. You can see on the screen what I can see there as well. I've got all of this stuff. I've now got to try and plug this back in. I've got all of this stuff which I've collated over the years, and I've got to get that right now. Got all of this stuff which I've collated over the years, and it's really, really cool. It's really, really good and enjoyable, and really, does some really good stuff for us. But if I forget to plug my laptop charger in, the one thing which will happen is the stream will lag, and there'll be a load of issues, and that's what happened on Thursday night, and it was very, very frustrating, and it meant that you guys couldn't have the video, but fortunately we had the audio there as well, which we're very thankful for. But yeah, that's what Clive means with that comment. I hope you enjoyed that little minute of looking around the place. Back to the comments. Simon says Joey Barton versus Nigel Clough couldn't get more of a difference in characters. Steve says Barton is a nut job. Talking about how long you've been going, Cam says 20 years. I'm only 21. You old fart. Cam, 2 words for you. One of them's off. You can choose the first one. Steve has replied saying to Cam's comment, 50 plus years for me, get a grip. And also says, good to see you on Knots TV. Watch it, mate, you'll become a regular. I highly doubt that, to be honest, but thanks very much. I've had a number of comments about that. If you want to watch that, go on our Facebook page. The link is down there somewhere on the page. I was asked to be on Knots TV's Team Talk in the week, talking about the Stags, which was great. Really appreciate the time being on, but unfortunately, due to when they record the programme, it would be very unlikely that I make regular appearances on there, because they do it in the daytime and I've got to work. I was fortunate that I was working from home and managed to squeeze it in on my lunch hour. So yeah, but I doubt I'll be able to do that once things return to a little bit normal. Roger says, I've just come back from Parkrun. Where's Nath? No Nathan and Cam or Clive or Simon or anyone else that wants to pop up on this today. Roger. Mainly because I just decided to do something impromptu because it's match day and I can't wait. I can't sit still. I just wanted to get some excitement out and do something with my time to waste a little bit of time. Because once I've done this, it will nearly be time to go. So there you go. Mark says, can't wait to be back. Keep up the great work. Thanks, mate. And you. Richard says, looking forward to seeing the golden amber rise. Now, of course, this is one thing that I'm very much looking forward to today. You will have seen, Stags fans, in the start of the pandemic last season when fans weren't able to go, that there was a video produced by the club called This Is Mansfield, which had some good overlay shots on it of the ground when fans were in, smiling faces, bits around the town as well, which was great. And it had the fantastic This Is Mansfield poem, which was written by Richard, as spoken as overlay. It was absolutely fantastic. It made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. I watched it again this morning, had tears in my eyes again. And apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Richard will be reading This Is Mansfield before kick-off today to an absolutely packed house. That will be absolutely magical. And Richard, if you're still watching this, feel free, if you want to add in the end of it the words, today we are all together for one common cause. Why? Because Mansfield matters. If you want to do that, then you go ahead and do it. Why not? I'm only joking. Good luck with that. It's a very nervy thing, speaking in front of people. I don't know how I've managed to do this for 20 odd minutes now and not go mental, but there you go. I am going to go. I just want to wish everybody all the best this afternoon in terms of enjoying it and getting back to the ground. It's been a long time in coming, of course, but it is match day again, Saturday afternoon. You don't need to get your laptop and your HDMI cables to watch the game. You don't need to listen to Martin and Dean. They did a fantastic job. Well done to them. And I mean that in the greatest way possible. You don't need to be getting frustrated at the cameraman for not getting a certain angle or not zooming in far enough. Why? Because you are the camera today. You are the camera. You are there. You are able to see through your own eyes. Follow what you want to follow. See who you want to see. Follow patterns of play. Look at things in a different perspective. But most importantly, enjoy being out. The click of the turnstiles. The smell of pies and bovrils. The chatter. The laughter. The euphoria. The heartbreak. The heartache. The joy. The collective want and desire to see Mansfield Town succeed is back within our grasp. Harness it, take it all in, and enjoy the journey. Because Mansfield matters. You matter. People around you matter. Being able to go and support the club we love matters. 540-day wait. It's over. It's today. It's now. See you on Thursday to catch up in the Mansfield Matters podcast. What a feeling. It's match day. Football is back. Fans are back.